This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track-downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
At Starbucks, we offer full and part-time baristas 100% upfront college tuition coverage, which means they can thrive at our company and in class. At Starbucks, benefits like college tuition coverage are just the start.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Unlock over $3,500 in business and travel value annually with statement credits on select purchases from brands like Dell, Hilton, and Adobe, and other benefits. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Based on total potential value of statement credits on select purchases and other benefits, enrollments required, monthly and other limits and terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Have we lost the art of sculpting, of statue making? Have we regressed? We've been making statues for thousands of years.
Somewhere the ancient Greeks are like, we're losing recipes.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a Michelangelo Irvin out there saying we're losing recipes on how to make sculptures out of bronze, out of marble. We ruined another one.
Or counterpoint, maybe the statues of the ancient Greeks, the Romans, and then the Renaissance, maybe the statues they were making of these people were kind of lies. Like, those people look nothing like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're completely different.
Do we have video of David? No, we don't.
If you had no idea what Dwayne Wade looked like, would you be thrown off by that statue? Right before we started recording, there was a question posed. Is this worse than the Cristiano Ronaldo statue unveiled in the Lisbon airport years ago? And then they had to eventually redo because it was so bad. That's my answer to you, Tom. If we had no idea what Dwayne Wade looked like, I think the statue would be like, okay, it's a statue, whatever. But if you had no idea what Cristiano Ronaldo looked like, you'd look at that bus and you'd be like, holy fuck.
What a weird looking guy.
What a weird looking guy, exactly.
The company that did the sculpture, it did the Kobe Bryant one too, right?
They did.
That one's okay.
Yeah, but there were errors all over. There was typos all over the box score.
That was the one with the typos.
But they didn't get an error on the face.
Oh, man.
Still, they were claiming that we needed to redo things and they had to redo the statue. The thing about statues, though, is that they're permanent. The whole idea of a statue is you can't go back. You can't go back like Jack. You have to live with it.
Well, you can, because they went back with the Cristiano Ronaldo one.
Well, they made a new one. That's different.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you go back.
You can't adjust the existing product.
The same sculptor as the Kobe Bryant statue and the Michael Jordan statue at United Center. And you don't hear anything about the errors about the Michael Jordan statue. So I'm positing that this sculptor is a huge Bulls fan. Didn't like the whole Dwayne Wade Bulls era, the coming home party, wants to erase it from history. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to ruin Dwayne Wade's statue in Miami. I'm saying that's an inside job.
I'm with this. I like this theory that this guy had it in for him, except for the fact that Dwayne Wade apparently was very aware during the process. Rachel Nichols went on Le Batard show, said Dwayne interacted with the sculptor no less than 4 times about this. And then I was like, well, maybe it was just all over the phone. And then I saw Dwayne Wade's story on Instagram, and he's there, and he's facing like the clay mold of his face. And I said, well, maybe the clay mold looks like him, but then when it got bronzed, it gets warped in the process. Nope, the clay mold looks exactly like this. So this is my theory that Dwayne Wade, remember, the street, 7th Street, they announced in 2020 when they retired his jersey, when they did the whole 3-day celebration for 3, they said 7th Street is going to be known as Dwayne Wade from now on. Great applause, and everyone was happy. And, we're going to get a statue too. And Pat Riley said it when they raised the jersey to the rafters. And then do you remember what happened after that?
No, what happened?
Dwayne Wade becomes part owner of the Utah Jazz. Wait a second, I thought you were going to be right here alongside Zoe and everybody else. Once a Heat, always a Heat, or whatever, the Heat lifer, their whole thing. And so he turned his back. And guess what happened? We didn't get that street name change for goddamn near 5 years. They announced it in 2020. We had a whole ass pandemic. That street name never changed. There was a real frost, a tension between the two parties because the Heat were like, you're the best player in franchise history. We had it all laid out. You were going to be part of this. How could you not? And meanwhile, Dwayne Wade is like, yeah, the Utah Jazz are letting me have a sort of input that I would never have in Miami. So there's a little frost, but the frost thawed, and we're getting this statue and the name change of the street. Here's the deal. Maybe the Heat were like, yeah, we're getting you a statue. You want to take a look at it? And Wade, because he's playing a game of chicken, is like, yeah, I'll look at the statue. You like it? Looks good? Looks great to me. Because Wade is like, there's no way they're going to put this thing in front of the stadium. It looks awful. They know it. And the Heat are like, there's no way he's going to approve it. He's going to say no, and then we get to delay this.
It was a game of statue chicken?
Absolutely, because everybody looks bad. The Heat look bad. It's like, how could you have this be your statue? Dwayne Wade looks bad. You were involved in the process, and you still said yes to this? There's nobody who's a winner. So it had to have been a game of chicken between the Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade, seeing who was going to blink first. And guess what? We got a head-on collision, boys. Nobody blinked. Nobody turned their cars. And now we got a 4-car pileup called that statue.
My assignment. Uncover why the association inspires more conspiracy theories in volume and salience than any other U.S. sport.
You've heard of the Illuminati.
The truth is out there, but so are lies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The NBA has always been controlled by about 8 people.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
If you're only using 10% of your brain, you don't even know that you're using 10% of your brain.
The NBA Illuminati.
If coincidences are just coincidences, why do they feel so contrived?
The Illuminati.
But you start to follow the money, and you don't know where the f*** it's going to take you.
It is unspoken. They have influence among other players.
The NBA Illuminati.
I don't have time for your convenient ignorance.
Maybe I'm a conspiracist now as well.
That's all it took. Oh, we got books, we got schools. You saw a video on YouTube.
Why am I eyes, sir? You've never used them before.
We are the basketball Illuminati.
This is Basketball Illuminati. I am Tom Haberstroh, and as always, I am joined by the 5-star Illuminarmy generals, Amin Al Hassan and producer Anthony Mays. I want to give a shout out here to the folks who support us. Apple Podcast 5-star review. The first one I want to give a shout out is Slim Willie. Nothing slim about this with this 5-star rating here. Keep your third eye open. He says, woo hoo hoo.
Yeah.
You feel the tension. All right. Z Nelly with 4 Ys. Keep your third eye open. Basketball Illuminati, Basketball Illuminati, Basketball Illuminati. Keep it coming, everybody.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support, the 5-star ratings on Spotify or on Apple. Follow us on B-Ball Illuminati on Twitter, Basketball Illuminati on Instagram, and hit us up on Gmail if you have any tips, see something, say something. BasketballIlluminati@gmail.com.
Basketball Illuminati is now a Count the Dings production. You can support us making this show at patreon.com/countthedings. You'll get this episode ad-free. You'll get it a little early, plus all the bonus content on the Count the Dings network. Also, many of you have been asking, and I'm pleased to report that Basketball Illuminati merch is now available once again. You can click the link in the show notes, or you can go to bit.ly/all-caps-CTD merch. It's our store on Cotton Bureau, Third Eye hats, Basketball Illuminati logo, shirts, and hoodies. and limited edition basketball Illuminati merch coming soon.
It's a very Clipper-centric episode today.
A little bit. I'm into it.
I like it. It's themed.
I did some research on the Wall.
Let's talk about the Wall, yeah.
John Wall?
Not John Wall.
I did think you were doing research on John Wall's free throws for some reason. And you were excited about it. And I had to double check that just to be sure. I didn't want to get Centelled.
Oh.
Not John Wall. The Wall. In the Intuit Dome, Ballmer's new toy.
Up to no good.
I'm going to do some research on that. We're also going to talk to Big Wos about the Clippers and the latest lawsuits. Just a long line of weird shit going on with the Clippers. And you know what? Let's talk about Centel.
You are listening to The Agenda with Amin El Hassan and Tom Haberstroh.
For those who don't know, I'm a broadcaster on the Trailblazers games, analytics insider. I am a Trailblazer in many respects. Here at Illuminati, we're Trailblazers too at heart because we interviewed Ballsack Sports.
We did.
First one, I believe.
We were the first interview of any sorts he had given, and he did not want to reveal his name. He still remains anonymous. And he told us a tale of a passion of unveiling for everyone just how little research and how little people pay attention, not only fans and people on the internet, but actual media members on huge platforms would take and run with anything. And so Mr. Sack, as we called him, was seeking to expose that, and it grew into something humongous. Well, the progeny of the Ballsack, if you will,
the fruit of his loins,
the little swimmer that came out and fertilized another internet egg, is NBA Centel. You've probably fallen for one of these. It looks like breaking news, aggregated from some other source. It credits the actual sources, unlike Ballsack, who would just put gibberish in the fine print. NBA Centel will claim a story, a ridiculous story, and then credit it to actual real-life people, like Yahoo Sports, for example.
Yeah.
You say to yourself, why would anyone fall for an account called NBA Centel? Well, because there is this very popular aggregator account called NBA Central. By the way, have you ever looked at what NBA Central's logo is?
I know this because NBA Central is trying to emulate. It is a bootleg copy of the ESPN NBA logo.
Yes, that's absolutely it. It is the NBA on ESPN logo, conveniently erasing out the ESPN part and replacing it with the word Central. And they've changed it over the years. The original one was basically it. Now the newer one has kind of updated that look. So NBA Centel copies that, switches a couple of letters here and there, and then boom, people think they're following an aggregator when in actuality, they're following a troll.
So you're saying this is a parody of a parody?
It's a parody of a knockoff.
Yes. So it's a bootleg of a knockoff.
Yes, it's a bootleg of a knockoff.
Can't wait for the great grandson of this lineage. What are we going to get? Like a knockoff Centel?
A knockoff Centel would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I'm sure it's already out there. It doesn't have the following.
Not yet. It doesn't.
Not yet.
Tom, what did you enjoy about this interview with NBA Centel?
The front office sports interview with the Centel guy, I feel like I miss Mr. Sack a little bit because Mr. Sack had a story to tell here about misinformation and how easily people are duped by fake news. There's almost like a public service that he was doing.
Yeah.
This, I feel like Centel is on the verge of getting sued.
Agent of chaos.
This person has to be very careful because he's associating LeBron James with P. Diddy. And I'm like, man, that's a fine line you're walking.
What makes it different, right? The big difference between Centel and Sack was that Sack took pains to give you all of the breadcrumbs that this is not real. You don't even have to double check or fact check. If you just read the fine print, it's going to reveal that this is not accurate. This is not real. This is clearly a parody, clearly made in jest. Whereas Centel, by virtue of tagging actual people, seeks on no level to expose or anything. They want to fool you. They don't want to fool you for being lazy. They just want to fool you. So the example in the interview that they give, they credited a fake quote to a real reporter, Scoop B.
Ah, yes. Scoop B.
Scoop B is a New York-based reporter who occasionally will break news of sorts. So the example they gave is a quote from LeBron about the Diddy scandal.
Yeah. Oof.
And it plays upon the LeBron trope of LeBron lying about being clairvoyant about things like, oh yeah, I was just thinking about it the other day and then it happened. You know, it goes back to an actual LeBron quote about how he knew Kobe was going to score 81 that day. He was watching Kobe warm up on League Pass and he turned to his buddy and said, I think Kobe's going to score like 80 points today. That's an actual LeBron quote. And so that has grown a cottage industry of people making up fake LeBron quotes out of jest and because it's funny. But this one, as you noted, Tom, treads dangerous territory and does so in the form of an attributed quote. If they just said LeBron James, that's one thing. But to attribute it to an actual NBA news-breaking reporter, that's what elevates the level of risk here.
Occasionally, they will credit parody accounts. It's not every single time that they're crediting Scoopy or ESPN NBA or Yahoo Sports.
Did you say Scoop B or Scoopy? I like Scoopy, like he's Scooby-Doo.
Scoopy B. But this got a lot of attention recently, not only because of the front office sports article, but because of Kevin Durant, who has said, sometimes I wake up and look at this NBA Centel comments just to see how truly many dummies come online thinking that they have high IQ. And he's even responded to people quote tweeting NBA Centel posts, which are making fun of Kevin Durant in the first place, to say, you got Centelled, which prompted the Merriam-Webster Dictionary Twitter account to post that Centelled is a new verb.
No.
You've been Centelled.
It's added to the dictionary? I mean...
Well, who knows if the Twitter department of the Merriam-Webster organization is connected to the dictionary part of the company and it will be printed. I doubt it, but it's on their radar. Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now, open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS. Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with a cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago. And I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac Extra Value Meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
So one of the interesting things for me is when we talked to Ballsack,
Mr. Snack,
we asked him what was his watershed moment. You guys remember what his answer was? Like the post that changed his life pretty much.
I thought it was the Damian Lillard one.
The Damian Lillard is the example that he has still on his Twitter of these are the signs that this is a fake post.
Yeah, that was the breakdown. The one they talked about was the Kyrie Irving one-on-one in practice, getting into fights or whatever. And the reason that was his watershed one was because Kendrick Perkins went on air citing it as an actual news story, basing his whole analysis of a Kyrie Irving related situation on this infographic. It wasn't even a news story. So the equivalent of this for NBA Centel is when it published a fake quote from Kevin Garnett about Draymond Green. Quote, Draymond punching JP, Jordan Poole, is like a senior punching a freshman who's half his size and then walks around talking himself up as if he's like that. Come try me, Dre. And it attributed to Showtime Basketball, where Kevin Garnett had a show. Draymond Green then responds back.
Oh, no.
As if it's actually Kevin Garnett.
I tried you when I was a rookie, KG, and you started talking to yourself like I wasn't talking to you. What's that like? The freshman picking on a senior citizen that's double his size? At Kevin Garnett 5KG.
Again, this is the moment where they got someone real to not only fall for it, believe it, but to act in a public fashion based on that information. The weird part about it, of course, is the same thing we talked about Ballsack. No one does even a shred of due diligence. Draymond, did you not think to look for the video? Or even better, did you not think to call Kevin Garnett?
Wait a minute. It's July 2023. Okay, Draymond has not undergone his extensive therapy rehabilitation. He's still an emotional person at this point.
Yes.
Who might spin on a dime and clock Yusuf Nurkic. Now, current Draymond, he'd never, ever respond to NBA Centel. Ever.
He's reformed.
He's fixed, kind of like Kevin Garnett told NBA Centel to, quote, fix it.
So 2 weeks ago, when we had the Woj episode, I found the quote of Woj saying that he has his kids watching him break news in cemeteries.
Yes.
And the way that I originally found that quote was it was posted by an aggregator, Legion Hoops.
Aggregators, mount up.
They credited the CBS basketball podcast, but there was no video clip and there was no article.
So you're thinking you got Centelled.
Here I am. I want the quote.
Yeah.
I want to play the quote on a podcast. And in order to track it down, I had to go to the original video, transcribe the entire video, search for the word cemetery. I had to find the clip, which was after 50 minutes of the episode, so I certainly wasn't going to listen to the entire 50-minute episode. And it took that much time for me to track down the clip and the quote to prove that it was real.
You know how many times my kids were parked in a cemetery while I'm breaking news, just kids looking, and you kind of look in the rearview mirror and they're just looking at you like, what are you doing, man?
That was another aggregator. So that's why if you mock an aggregator who's not going to do the legwork to show you the original clip or quote, it's a good way to operate because people either believe it or they don't. They're not going to look for it.
What do you think is the bigger danger of this? Is it that people believe dumb shit or that people will now cease to believe everything, even when it's real?
That's right. I think it's that you can't trust anyone now. I mean, because if you can't trust this ESPN NBA logos site, who can we trust? Ooh, here's something interesting. If you go to the NBA Central's Twitter account, notice that it is a defunct account now because a year ago, the Dunk Central used to be known as the NBA Central, but they had to get the NBA out of its username. I wonder why. I wonder if the NBA came after them and said, we are not affiliated with you. You need to take NBA out of the account.
Oh.
And so the NBA Central account is now random videos and they had to switch over to the Dunk Central.
Oh, it's not even NBA Central anymore. It's the Dunk Central, and they kept the name as their profile name, but not as their handle.
Right. So I'm wondering if they got some heat, Miami Heat notes, some heat from the NBA, and that the lawyers were like, yo, you can't have your Twitter handle be the NBA. People are thinking that it's our content, and this might be some sort of legal snafu. But the interesting thing is they're still using ESPN's NBA logo on it. ESPN, where are you? You can shut this whole thing down.
They've adjusted it enough, though. And if you look at the logo now, it says Central in the ESPN font, but then the logo is not the Jerry West, which it used to be. Look, this definitely feels like someone sent a cease and desist, and they've been forced to kind of rearrange their stuff. But I think the better question is, what does this mean for NBA Centel?
It's still going strong. People are getting duped. Even top journalists like Chris Ryan and Bill Simmons over at The Ringer got Centelled recently.
Did they?
Yeah, it happens. Look, I can't stand on higher ground. I can't be in an ivory tower. I had my Twitter account hacked last week.
Right.
I am as liable to get duped as anybody.
I don't think that's the same, though, right?
Well, I think the amazing thing about Centel is that there's a kernel of truth that it's so believable that you would believe that Kevin Garnett would say such a thing.
That goes back to Mr. Sack.
To Mr. Sack. With the brilliance of Mr. Sack is that he takes this anecdote and twists it in such a way that you could imagine that Kyrie could have said something like this. Well, there was an Anthony Edwards quote on Centel that he told Bronny James that he doesn't have to shower after the game.
Ant is my favorite current professional athlete.
Wow.
I think even within
over Angel Reese
in a day and a half, he has managed to already make hilarious content out of one game where he told Bronny he didn't need to take a shower.
I love that so much.
And you know who was sitting right there for that entire exchange, Tom?
Not Slim Willie.
No.
It's Big Wos.
It was Wosny Lambre, our truth teller. He was not Centelled because he keeps his third eye open. We're going to talk to Big Wos about the Clippers in just a minute. But first, this is crazy. Never had this happen before. Tom did his own research.
What does that look like? You doing your own research? Are you doing studies yourself? Are you in the lab on a nightly basis? What are you doing?
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Doing your own research.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not here to tell everyone that this is it. For me, it's just giving everyone a chance to do their own research and find their own knowledge.
That shit might work. That shit might work.
What shit might work?
That is a direct quote, Maze, from Devin Booker about the wall.
The wall. Is it a wall of ice built hundreds of feet high to keep out the dangers of the North?
The White Walkers, NBA players trying to defeat the Clippers. Yeah, that's what Steve Ballmer is protecting against, is the opposing team. Just like in Game of Thrones, they're trying to keep out any sort of ball going through the net. And instead of White Walkers, it's guys like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. In the season opener, Kevin Durant went to the free throw line a bunch of times. He missed 2 free throws late in the game in the fourth quarter. A big reason why, he said, is because of a 51-row wall in the new Intuit Dome of screaming fans. And I got to tell you, I love this.
You love innovation?
I love innovation.
You love distraction?
Love distraction. This seems like the greatest thing that Steve Ballmer's ever done. Think about it. He's got a 6th defender out there, and they're going to be playing teams and choosing the side of the floor so that in the second half, the other team is going to be facing the wall, this maniacal fan section where the first 13 or 14 rows are standing room only. 51 rows, uninterrupted. There's no aisles here for people walking through, walking in and out. It's just this massive wall that is going to distract the free throw shooters. And so I did a little bit of research here because I wanted to see if this wall actually works. You ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
At one point in the fourth quarter, guys, down 4, Kevin Durant missed his first free throw. Now you say to yourself, that happens. Big whoop. It's 1 free throw. Kevin Durant missed a second free throw.
No.
He missed both free throws. Do you want to know how often that happens? Kevin Durant.
When's the last time Kevin Durant missed 2 free throws in a row?
You'd have to go back to February 23rd last year. In his 50th game of the season, Kevin Durant missed 2 free throws in a row. So we're 1 game in.
Yeah.
And he already did something that took 50 games of the season last year because he's an 88% free throw shooter career.
And this really happened, right, Tom? I'm not getting centelled.
You're not getting centelled here.
Okay.
This really did happen. And also, Bradley Beal missed a free throw, and not just any free throw. He missed a technical free throw, which is a voluntary thing. The team selects Bradley Beal to shoot the free throw because they know he's such a good free throw shooter.
Yeah.
He's never going to miss it.
How good of a free throw shooter could Bradley Beal be? Come on.
Oh, he's an 82% free throw shooter. He missed 0 technical free throws in his previous 11 technical free throw attempts. He went a perfect 11 for 11. And you know what? He missed it. He missed the technical free throw. This wall is incredible. Do you want to know how incredible it is? I'll tell you. In this game, with the wall behind them, the Phoenix Suns shot 18 of 24, 75%. Okay.
What'd they shoot in the first half?
Don't worry about it. I think it was like 70%.
Oh.
But I mean, if they shot their normal percentages for their career, instead of 18 for 24, they should have shot 18.6.
Whoa. Half a point?
Yeah.
That's effectiveness.
That is 3%. Okay.
Now, if you multiply that out over every home game for the rest of the season, now we're talking points.
It's not all the free throws.
It's only the ones when you're shooting at the wall.
So at home, the opponent took 20.3 attempts per game. So 41 times 20.3, that's 832 free throws. Divide by 2 because it's going to be 1/2 of that. 416 free throws that are going to go against the wall.
And they're going to be 3% less successful than they were at crypto.
12 points?
Yeah.
Might as well be 12 wins.
Tom, we talk about this a lot. There's no such thing as free throw defense, right? The free throw defense is not letting them shoot free throws. But what you're implying here is that Steve Ballmer and those crackpot scientists upstairs at Clippers HQ may have came up with the first quantifiable defensive free throw mechanism.
I'm telling you, the wall is brilliant.
You keep us posted on this, Tom. I want you to stay on your calculator.
Regular updates.
Every Clippers game. Let us know how the wall's doing.
I'm just telling you, Kevin Durant, it happens mathematically 1% of the time that he's going to miss both free throws. And he already did it. He already did it against the wall. It's legit. You know what? I'm going to say it right now. All these people picking Victor Wembanyama for Defensive Player of the Year.
Watch out. The wall's coming.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
You all think I'm late. Well, I'm not late. And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause. Even if this room gets filled with lies like these. And the Taylors and all their armies come marching into this place. Somebody will listen to me.
There's no better way to overpower a trickle of doubt than with a flood of naked truth.
But the complexity and the gray lie not in the truth, but what you do with the truth once you have it.
What is true and right is true and right for all.
You and I both know that that's just not the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
It's too messy. Keeps them up nights.
I'm here because in the end, the truth is worth the risk.
Speak a little truth and people lose their minds.
I'm a grown man, you can tell me the truth.
Why is it people who want the truth never believe it when they hear it?
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something really outrageous. I'm going to tell the truth.
All right, now, truth teller extraordinaire, the Haitian sensation himself.
Yes, sir.
From The Ringer, from Count the Dings, the ombudsman of True Hoop TV, Big Wos. Welcome to Illuminati.
What's up, fellas? Happy to be on with you guys. Keeping my third eye open as always.
Wos, we brought you on to talk about this Clippers story that broke in the past week. Randy Shelton, the strength and conditioning coach for Kawhi Leonard, filed a lawsuit against the Los Angeles Clippers, including Lawrence Frank, who is running the basketball ops for the Clippers, alleging, I think, two things. One is that he was part of this tampering scheme, that the Clippers were trying to get Kawhi and talk to him before they were allowed to. And then secondly, they mismanaged Kawhi Leonard's injuries. My question to you was, is it any other team that this would happen to?
It could happen to other teams. I think, and Amin could speak to this, a lot of the NBA job stuff operates on a certain level of omerta.
Yeah.
There's a code of silence where you just don't do shit like this Ron Shelton dude. And he's obviously breaking that. But on the face of it, on the merits, we hired Kawhi Leonard's ex-trainer because he's a fucking superstar. and we wanted to basically kiss his ass and kowtow to him the entire way. That's not foreign. And in fact, they still have a Kawhi guy on staff with the Castleberry dude, Jeremy Castleberry, who's been his dude since San Diego State, was an assistant coach under Doc. So I started going to Clippers games in 2019, the playoff run before Kawhi, and then, the season that they got Kawhi. And the Castleberry dude, he's there. He's training Kawhi before every game. Like, you could tell that's Kawhi's dude that's on the team. I have a hard time thinking Doc Rivers would have hired that dude if he wasn't boys with Kawhi.
Well, that's not true, Woz. Castleberry's had a long NBA career prior to being with the Clippers. He was an assistant coach with the Raptors. He worked for the Spurs as well.
Right.
You guys going to say Doc's not going to hire this guy's got a resume. You know the fun thing about Castleberry? He's the only person other than Kawhi that I've ever seen wear New Balance basketball sneakers.
Yeah, and he is always decked out in New Balance. That's a fact. That's another observation.
Wait a minute. No, there's a former Raptor and Spur who proudly wore New Balances. Matt Bonner.
Oh, that's right.
Shouts to him. Red Rifle.
Forgot about that.
I say all that to say what I think is happening is the Shelton dude got fired. By the way, we hired you to be Kawhi's strength guy, body guy. You don't have to be a medical expert. Kawhi's body is broken down every single season besides the first one. So the resume is looking terrible.
We hired you to be the band on the Titanic.
He's alleging that he was cut out once he was hired of the entire process. And so he's saying, hey, if you had just let me do my job,
we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, okay. What the Clippers are realizing is that Kawhi's done, no matter who the strength coach is, and we don't need this dude anymore. I think this dude is probably threatening him with some blackmail behind the scenes. Like, don't you guys remember that you guys started talking to me before Kawhi came over here? And they were like, take us to court. And that's probably what's happening. That's what it feels like. Maybe I'm wrong.
I guess my question becomes why does this shit keep happening to the Clippers? You got this lawsuit. You've got the equipment manager got punched in the face by Blake Griffin.
Oh, yeah. That was tough.
You've got their general manager. I know this is pre-Ballmer, but the general manager is suing the team for age and race-based discrimination.
Elgin Baylor?
If we look at the number of, let's just call it embarrassing legal situations, the Clippers seem to lead the league in this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't want to be too hard on the Clippers because not that I think that Lawrence Frank is some genius or whatever, but the owner to me has tried his freaking best to hire competent people, spend money to keep it afloat. I would like to see Ballmer rewarded for doing the opposite of what the Cronkies sit around and do all the time, right? There's something to that, but there's something to maybe the Clippers, there's just a bad juju and aura around them. I was talking to homies at the office last week, and we were like, why didn't they just rename the team? New stadium, new team, new colors. What is your history as the Clippers? It's fucking misery. Why wouldn't you want to just move on and start a completely clean slate and get this ick off of you, man? Because the history is Elton Brand, Blake Griffin, Danny Manning.
And it's not like Ballmer's cheap, right?
No.
To go through the whole process is going to cost a lot of money to do the trademark and all the research and everything, but they're still sticking with the Clippers, the laughingstock of the league.
You would think the Clippers were like a brand you could trust. It's not.
Yeah, and they had the opportunity when they designed this new stadium to change it up, like you're saying, but they doubled down. They incorporated more Clipper boat-themed parts of the stadium. The Halo board does a storm because you're at sea.
They built a flood wall.
There's nautical themed graphics and directions and stuff.
Dude.
It's an odd choice.
And that's another thing. I never knew what Clippers were.
Right. I think there's plenty of people who still don't know.
Mm-hmm. What in the hell's diversity?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
This lawsuit thing, I think this is the kind of thing that happens in business. But the Clippers, like you guys said, just have a long history of egg on their face. In fairness, this guy's basis for the tampering, Lawrence Frank said he never talked to Kawhi's people. You're not Kawhi's people. You're not Uncle Dennis.
This is the weird part for me when it comes to Shelton and his claims, right? He claims that Lawrence Frank told him, if you get Kawhi, I'm going to hire you to be the strength and conditioning coach. The problem is that's very different from tampering. Tampering is, can you get me Kawhi? If you get me Kawhi, I'll give you a job. Not, hey, if I get Kawhi, then it'd be nice to have more of his guys with us, so I'll get you a job. One is a promise. The other is quid pro quo, is you are performing an act for me. The most incriminating thing in all of this is saying, hey, they asked me for private medical information on Kawhi dating back as early as 2017. I said, my man, there's definitely a case to be had here. It ain't against the Clippers, though. It's against you for violating HIPAA.
Yeah.
Randy Shelton, if anything, has opened himself up to be sued for things that he's readily admitting.
Yeah, I was looking at the timeline here. I mean, I was like, Randy Shelton, who has been his off-season strength coach.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to San Diego State and has done these pretty rigorous workouts with Randy Shelton. And when he was fired by the Los Angeles Clippers, that was July of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know when Kawhi signed a 3-year extension with the Los Angeles Clippers, the same organization that fired his strength and conditioning coach?
Fired his guy, right? His people.
January 2024.
Oh, shit.
6 months after the parted ways with his strength guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the strength guy is now saying that Kawhi Leonard was mistreated, was mismanaged. His injuries were mismanaged.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he should have been out for 720 days, 365 times 2, or 730, whatever it is, from his ACL injury. 2 years off. The Clippers didn't do that. They, quote unquote, rushed him back and they accelerated the timeline so that he could play for the Clippers. Man, it would have been really helpful for Randy if Kawhi Leonard didn't sign that contract because the Clippers had mismanaged his injuries so much. Could have used Kawhi as a co-plaintiff on this thing.
It's almost like Kawhi's injuries haven't been mismanaged, just that his body is breaking down. It's that simple. Sorry, Randy Shelton, you don't help. You probably don't hurt the situation, but you're not doing anything. Sorry, you're not making this better. Kawhi Leonard has finished 1 season for the Clippers. The first season in the bubble when they gave up the 3-1 lead. He has not finished a single season since on the floor.
And also, that season happened with a 3-month break in the middle of it.
Yes.
That's the key, right? The key to all of this is just get Kawhi extended rest in the middle of the season, and then he'll be ready.
That's a lot of work with Randy Shelton, though, you know?
Yeah, Randy Shelton want to have 2 seasons worth of extended help.
That's true.
If you're the Clippers, though, the wheels have already been set in motion. Everything that they did, from shedding salary to committing to James Harden, I think these are all steps of a team that's saying, we're opening a new building. We can't be totally awful. Also, we owe our first-round pick to Oklahoma, so we definitely can't be totally awful. But we have very low expectations for the availability of Kawhi Leonard. All the behavior of a team is saying, I can't count on this guy anymore. Why do you think they extended him? They know the medicals at this point. January 2024. Why do they give him a 3-year deal?
I don't know. It's hard to say because all the reporting indicates that they were also willing to give Paul George a 3-year deal. But it feels like with the Paul George situation, the contract, they were just like, look, man, we know this team is not doing anything with or without you, bruh. And we're willing to overpay the hell out of you to hang out with Kawhi as like insurance while this guy's constantly injured. But there's no reason for us to go all out and give you your absolute max salaries in terms of dollars and years so that this team could be middling again. And so when Paul George is like, nah, man, I need my extra year, they said, it's fine. We're fine. We'll be mediocre in our new building. We won't be completely putrid, which I guess they've shown, honestly, to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the letting go of Paul George was a resignation of this group. We tried, we failed. And that's okay. But we still want to put us at least slightly compelling product out there so that the paid actors on the wall can have something to scream about. You feel me?
Whoa, okay. Wait a second.
Oh, you ain't hear about this?
No, I have not heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
No, all I've heard is that Tom gave us evidence that it's going to save them points this season.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the constituency of the wall.
Look, I don't know if it's going to save them points or if it's going to work or not. People are enjoying it. Early returns seem to be like, oh, this is legitimately cool. But yes, I've heard through the grapevine that a lot of the people on the wall are paid actors. They're being paid to scream, be loud, and go crazy. Because, I mean, you've been to plenty of Clippers games before.
Yeah.
This is not a loud crowd.
Well, I mean,
Clipper Darryl is loud, yes, but he's the only one. In fact, the loudest that they ever get is for the free Chick-fil-A. By far.
Wow, who doesn't get loud for that?
Everybody gets loud, but at least other stadiums get loud during, I don't know, playoff games. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is the real market inefficiency that Steve Ballmer and Lawrence Frank should be commended for.
I respect it. It's better than pumping in the crowd noise. Did y'all see that clip when Belichick dissed Peyton Manning and the Colts?
With this crowd noise, Bill, how do you simulate the crowd noise when you're playing these guys?
Well, I'll tell you, Peyton, the crowd noise there at Arrowhead wasn't as bad as it was when you guys piped in music at the RCA Dome.
Okay.
And then when the music skipped, and then when the crowd noise skipped, then that's how we knew we were pumping it in.
I was like, yo, that's crazy saying that to this man's face. The Clippers, they should be trying to goose enthusiasm for the team. But yeah, don't buy for a second that they found these, these blue-collar wall people.
This is what companies say when they have picketers outside, right? Like I was in Boston last week, and one of the hotels downtown had like a picket line and people beating the drums and chanting things. And what the employers will often claim is that these people are scabs. They're just people that got paid to come do this. You're alleging that the Clippers have a casting call.
I think so.
There's no allegation. This is great. I love this.
And I get it too. It's to get it going. Obviously, a lot of visiting fans love to go to Clipper games because it's way more affordable than the Lakers. It's just an opportunity to see your team. You can't start a new wall, then have a bunch of Charlotte Hornets people show up and take over your wall. Like, that's crazy. You feel me? Like, you have to ensure that the wall works as intended to build up the mystique and the myth of what the wall means and why it's important.
Do you think there's some Hollywood coding on the casting call? I mean, you always talk about how Star Wars Rebels was Wolf Pack or something like that.
Yeah.
What's the code name for the Clippers wall casting call?
Background was, so when Star Wars casts for stuff, oftentimes the reading that they give in the casting call is not Star Wars. They'll change stuff. So most people don't know what they're reading. They know what the role is. Hey, there's a mentor and there's a pupil. Only someone who's really, really adept into this can figure out like, oh, this is...
From the context clues, yeah.
Yes. So for the Clippers, what would be the secret thing that they made these actors come in for a casting for?
I don't know.
Medieval times.
Would it be like a Michael Oliver Candy reference?
Oh, the Candyman.
Candyman.
The Candyman. Maybe it's a script from the original Candyman. You feel me? And the people who can do the scene most enthusiastic, be as scary and convincing and intimidating as possible, get the job on the wall, bro.
I think this is great.
Most coveted job in Hollywood.
Do you think it pays well?
There's a 5-game homestand here. We'll see.
I would be surprised if it wasn't a few $100 to pull up.
Damn, can I be in the wall? Shit.
Yo, it's $400. You'll be here for 2 hours. Scream the entire time.
That's scale work right there.
Ballmer got some deep pockets, y'all. Come on now.
Speaking of deep pockets, it reminds me of the Brian Windhurst theory. Like, if you're a player and you need an incentive in order to get to that supermax, why wouldn't you just pay 100 voters, give them each $10,000 a piece?
So easy.
It's so cost effective.
Especially for like third team All-NBA. Come on now.
Oh my God.
And sports writers are not the most picky bunch.
Dude, for $10,000, I will absolutely change my opinion on so many things.
You'll do it for free sometimes.
All it takes is a hand on my shoulder and a compliment. And yep, I'm there.
Well, as you open up some third eyes here, appreciate you coming on Basketball Illuminati.
Salute, bros.
I think the biggest mistake was the expression. The yelling. If you do it with his mouth closed, you don't have this issue.
But that's the face of him when he won the game.
When he jumped on the scores table.
Oh, the game was against Chicago. Dwayne Wade was so excited because the game winner, he was like, I grew up a Bulls fan. So for me to hit that shot in Miami and say, this is my house.
Oh, wow.
It was a double overtime win against the Chicago Bulls. I'm sticking to my theory. This guy, he was interviewed by the Miami Herald. Omri Amrani and Oscar Leone from Rotblatt Amrani Studios. Again, this is Chicago, the fine arts studios in Chicago where this all went down. And Leone was asked about the sculpture. Dwayne was visiting multiple times.
It
was that last visit with those last little tweaks that he got to see firsthand. After that, we really do kind of trust the process. The bronze brings out a level of depth and shine and this vibrancy that you cannot get in the clay. The clay absorbs a lot of light, where this bronze has this nice quality that you just can't picture what that's going to look like. But we trust the process.
So a Chicago studio links to Philadelphia, making a statue for Miami.
I'm with you all the way on all of this, except for the one smoking gun. Dwayne Wade saw what it was supposed to look like, and he said yes. What could possess him to say yes? All that stuff about the clay absorbing light and the way the bronze doesn't, that's cool. I saw the clay picture. Respectfully, it looks exactly like the statue.
It's okay. I mean, Dwayne Wade called it one of the best statues that's been created.
He couldn't say the best. His own statue.
He also didn't say of an NBA player. He said statue, period.
Wow. The David?
Michelangelo Irvin, you're on notice.
What is the Mount Rushmore of sculptures?
David, the thinker, Dwayne Wade.
Is Mount Rushmore on the Mount Rushmore of sculptures?
No.
Mount Rushmore is not on the Mount Rushmore. Okay.
Here's your Mount Rushmore. David, the thinker, the Sphinx, technically a sculpture, and it's Michael Jordan in front of the United Center. Objectively, that's the greatest athlete one. Fuck out of here.
Okay, Amin.
Here we go again.
We get it.
That's the greatest athlete one. You're not going to get better than that.
Is it the GOAT of sculptures?
Well, no, it's on the Mount Rushmore. Be respectful.